three.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome everybody. Oh,
Welcome
wow.
everybody. Woo! Snapping.
So
Start
we
episode.
survived episode 13 last time, right?
Yeah, we did. Yes, this is
No-
episode 14.
Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened.
Oh
It
yeah,
was published on Friday.
it was published on Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Yeah.
Hope you have had a great day with your families or friends, having lots of food, good company.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
how you been? Good?
pretty good.
Yeah, we have interesting topics today.
Yeah,
you
many.
You just mentioned before you showed me the TikTok with Bobby Althoff. She
Yeah.
was interviewing Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba, yeah, she was I don't know, annoying as usual.
I don't understand. But maybe that's the case. That's the story.
That's the style. Maybe.
That's the style.
Yeah.
That's the business plan, apparently.
Yeah, just to be
Jesus.
uninterested for the guests.
So apparently they just said, okay, this is what we need because nobody did it before, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I also noticed that when there's these peak moments of tension, when she asks something awkward, there's a cameraman that focuses
yeah.
the image on her and then switches to the guest, like,
And she always does the
what's going on? Yeah.
like this face, you know. We talk about this, so it's something on that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but maybe that's what they want.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was strange to me. It's like...
It is.
A podcast should be engaging, and whenever you have...
Maybe should not.
whenever you have guests, you should have like honest...
Maybe we shouldn't listen to
honest
each other.
opening conversations and trying to make the guests feel welcome. I mean, that's what I feel, but it's crazy.
Maybe.
So yesterday we came to dinner to your place of work.
Yeah, was it good?
Man, that place, it was packed.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. So
That's good.
Charlie was working, and it was busy all over the place, flying through tables.
Yeah, the
talking to
weekends
people.
are pretty.
So
dumb.
is being a server an art?
It is.
What makes it an art?
It's kind of like your stage, and you can perform. You can show people your skills. You can create relationships. You know, it's interesting. It's
There
pretty
is
cool.
this. If you ever watch this movie, Life is Beautiful, La Vita è Bella, with Roberto Benigni.
Oh, okay.
So his uncle owns a restaurant, and he hires him as a server.
Okay.
And he's showing him how to bow, you know.
Yeah.
So bow, just
Yeah.
go down. So Roberto Benigni, he's a funny man, and so he bows all the way down. He said, and the uncle said, "Stop! What are you doing? You don't need to put yourself down so much." He says, "To serve is a divine art because God is the first person that serves.
Yeah.
So just keep this in mind." He says, "Don't put yourself below, like put your dignity
Yeah.
below your."
You know what? I wish that everybody could like try to work in the industry to see
Yes.
like, because some people are like they sit and they think like everything is like doing automatically.
What are the most awkward experiences you have had that people mistreated you badly, or I mean, one good and one bad?
Oh my God.
Start with the bad.
It's hard to remember.
I mean, this is real life.
I know.
It's work, and
Probably like when some people ask like when it's like, let's say 200 people is sitting there and like everybody came at the same time for the rush, you know, like that's 7 o'clock, and the guy goes like, "Why I'm waiting for the drink? Did you forget about that? It's been 10 minutes." Well, it's like 200-300 people sitting there. You think it's gonna take 2 minutes?
wow, yeah. I mean, like there's respectful.
It happens, or like when some people just throw the card on you because they're Amex members since 1979.
Do you know what's and then what's a good experience you had?
Probably the people I met.
But you mostly have good experiences.
Yeah.
But because you care about the customer.
Yeah, but some people are still like, they don't want to be happy anyway. So like you just need to understand that with those people, you just kind of like keep the distance. and like just do your job, but don't overdo
My thing
it.
is that you will inevitably meet people that come and they expect to be served.
Yeah,
Like the expectation in a disrespectful way.
exactly. Some people just come pissed and they already like judge you, and like it's
Or
okay.
saying like,
It's their problem. They need to live with that. You know, I had one time a couple weeks ago with the friends. We went for to the restaurant, and I had like the worst experience as a guest, because the server was like was weird. He was awkward, and he was like, when he looked up at my ID, he was trying to like pronounce my name, or like I was like, what the hell? And then I asked for just a drink, just bring me like house.
oh, you were at a bar?
Yeah, that was like the
Oh,
bar.
let me
high
tell you
top.
my experience. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
let me
go.
just finish. But so I just want that was after the shift. We just went together to stop for the bar, and look. So I went not in the mood for like, you know, crazy tequila, good, and like pick something great. I just said, bring me just the house blend with club soda, splash pineapple. And he goes like, oh, so you just want all the bad leftovers in your drink? Well, like, just bring me something basic. Oh, really? You want it? It's not good. This is what I want. And then he brought this, and he goes like, this is the best tequila ever.
What a piece of shit.
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? You know? Like, I was so mad at this point. Like, just let me... Like, you cannot, like, go beyond some boundaries with people, you know? If you see that they...
Yeah, but like, okay. It's the same thing over and over. Just be cool, man. It's like you're
But
here
don't
to-
judge people, like, don't overdo it, right?
Yes.
You see, like, there's plenty people which are shy, and they just come, they don't want to be, like, interacting. So just respect, right? Just adjust but don't be, like, don't go over, like, don't cross the lines, all the lines, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be you still want to be always respectful and polite. You never know who you have in front of you, and you want to leave a good impression of the
my God.
place. Oh, something is flying. What is it?
I don't know.
I made it disappear. Poof,
Yeah.
in another portal.
Yeah. What was your
My
story?
experience of a bar. I go and eat it was a bar in a restaurant, and they had the bar for seating. It was in another city that I used to live here in Minnesota. So I go and sit, and she comes. She takes my order, and then I just wanted a burger. I said I'm always up for a good burger.
Yeah.
And she goes to the computer and types. So they usually type your name to remember who they are serving, so they can bill you later, I think.
What do you mean? Like,
I don't know. She goes to the computer and she types something
Maybe-
from far away. I could see, and she types my name instead of
really?
typing my name. She didn't know my name. She types to remember me. She types guy with the accent.
oh my God, no.
It's like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
And then the other thing that I want to tell you.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
That's the worst thing.
okay. Speaking, something important. If you don't have an accent, you need to realize that we have an accent sometimes have a hard time trying to
Place.
We try to be as clear as possible and speak clearly with people.
Yeah.
But you have some people that are assholes, and they will do it on purpose to you.
Yeah.
That they will say, "What's that? What's that? What did you say?" So that puts me even more under tension, because I say like, "What the hell? What am I saying
So
wrong?
this
How am I
happens to me
saying-"
every day. But I'm not considering this as either good or bad experience, because sometimes it's like mocking, you know, like repeating
Yes,
after.
it's mocking. Yes,
Yes.
and it's openly mocking.
Sometimes it's, oh my
but
God.
in a way that is, yeah, it lacks the light.
Yeah.
In a way that is disrespectful.
Yes, exactly. So
But at the same time, like, dude, I speak 4 languages. How many do you speak?
yeah.
So
Have you ever left the state?
Have you ever left the state? Have you ever visited any other parts of the world? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? But I would never dream to go and say this to anyone. You
Exactly.
just stay
Yeah.
humble, you know?
Of course, there are nice people who will say that I love your accent, is this. But
Yeah,
some people
there
would
is
just like repeat after you.
Yeah,
like,
there is that percentage of people that are
Yeah,
they're
so-
nice about it, but
yeah, I'm not
and
gonna.
I have experienced other people that have a different accent as well, and I put myself in their shoes because I know how it feels like.
Yeah, you
So-
don't want to ask. And
So in the end, I think it's people, like with anything, should put themselves in other people's shoes to have more empathy, to see like,
Yes.
oh, this is it might feel like this to be this person, or to be like to respond in this situation because it's difficult.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Oh, where are you from?
No. Where are you from? Where were you born? Jesus. Where's your family from? Jesus. Not your business.
That's the first thing that gets them, and
That's so funny.
and I was a public servant for work.
Yeah.
And they would tell me like, "Oh, you have an accent."
Well, and what?
Okay.
Okay.
I say, "Well,"
No, I always say, do I?
and he says like, "Okay." And then I just get even. I was getting in the situation entertaining, and I was saying like, "Oh, can you guess where I'm from?" He looks at me, and then he says, "Saudi Arabia."
Oh my God. Come on now.
And I say, well, no, sorry, I'm Italian. I said, oh, Italian, oh. And then everybody would say like, oh, what are
Jesus.
you doing here? This and that. You come from Italy, and and you came here to the cold and all this. And
Oh
that.
my
It's
God.
Like, whoa.
People are
okay.
so curious. That's so funny.
But that happens because if you spend most of your life in one place and you don't hear or see anything else that is different than you,
That's true.
you just find yourself in this separation and like discrepancy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's it was surprised me that you said the lady with the burger, she was putting the names in the computer. That's weird.
Yeah, guy with the accent.
That's crazy. Well, if somebody tell me their name, I just remember that or not, and then use it.
Big water jug, guys. Okay, I
Yeah.
drink two
Stay-
of these every day.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Where is your accent from?
Yeah. Oh man, crazy. But hey, it's
It's part of the life, you know.
it's easy.
okay.
It's easy to spot the difference in once
Mm-hmm.
you used to your everyday interacting with people that look like you, that speak like you, and then once you hear somebody that is different, you might say, "Oh, something interesting, something different,"
Mm-hmm.
you know. Or you can be either be curious or be an asshole.
That's
So you
true.
could choose the two of them.
Mm-hmm. That is
And
true.
that's the line that people cross most of the
Yeah,
time.
because some people
but-
are very like afraid of other cultures, and they are disrespectful just automatically, and you will not
Yeah.
do anything about that.
Yeah, but overall, so I was looking at the list of liquors on the
Mhm.
menu, and I
Okay.
saw the most expensive one was a $50 whiskey or something.
I think $75.
75?
and $75.
So one shot?
Tequila. Well, 2 ounce, but it doesn't surprise me. We still have good prices. Trust me. Like, let's say there is a whiskey, Weller CYPB Craft Your Perfect Bourbon,
Mhm.
and the bottle it's really hard to get, really hard to get, and we charge $50, I believe, and like so some restaurant charge 120.
Oh,
per pour.
wow.
So
Yeah.
it's still like a good deal if you want to try. But it's, as I told you before, it's because there is like, let's say it was aged for many years, like let's say the Scotch, right? So after years they have limited quantity, and only like limited places will get it.
Yeah.
That's why the price goes up, because you cannot really buy this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that creates the like the super expensive price.
Mm,
You can
yeah.
still go like with regular spirits, nothing crazy, and still have. Because like I never tried like super old Scotch, so I don't know like how huge difference is that. You can tell if you know that, but if you're not like very experienced, like guy, you should just stick with. I mean, you don't need to spend $300.
Yeah, no, I was just noticing. But overall, it was a very good atmosphere.
That's good.
Lots of people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But honestly, like there's very limited people who like focus on the spirit list.
Mm-hmm.
This is like I think for certain group, it doesn't mean that somebody
I
needs
mean,
to
yeah,
be rich
you
or
must be a
into
yeah,
into
like
because most people would just say, "Oh, I just want basic margarita. That's it."
yeah, that's
You
good.
can ask what's tequila preference, and most people tell you Casamigos, which is bullshit. This is not a good tequila.
Casamigo.
Casamigos. It's based on the like all the celebrities recommending that,
Oh,
but this is not like the pure tequila. It's like additives, vanilla to make it like
to make it tasty.
tasty, and people want
Oh,
Casamigos.
okay.
But if that's what they want, and they're not, but nobody teach them how to, you know.
Do you notice that when a famous person has their own favorite drink or something,
Yeah.
it becomes famous and everybody wants to try it?
Like the Dwayne Johnson tequila.
Teremana. Teremana
I,
tequila.
and you know this name,
Yeah.
even though you don't drink
No,
it.
but I know because I followed him on Facebook.
Exactly, that's how this
But
works.
he advertises the
That's
whole
how
time.
this works. And I found it because like I just on my wall it pop up like when he's mixing a drink. And I was like, whoa, what is that?
Well, and he will say always he will have these giant cheat meals once a week.
That's what
So
he
we
does.
have like a huge stack of pancakes.
Oh,
We
really?
have like other stuff, other foods, and then it will say, "Oh, and to wash it all down, I drink a glass of Teremana tequila." You know, so
yeah.
it just advertises and does
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, I bet he has it for free, so he probably drink
Well,
only
yeah,
that.
I mean, he doesn't have any concerns for that.
But he's huge.
He
I
is
mean,
huge.
But I mean, you cannot be that huge if you were not born tall, I guess.
No, I mean, yeah, genetics plays a role.
Well, I can be huge, but I'll be like
Well,
this way.
No, well, the guy uses.
You think he used like
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yes. He's some.
well, because this is
steroids.
like a different league of like being
He's
huge.
he's 50, I think. He's close to 50
But
years old,
I'm
and
ta-
it's very difficult to
But
have.
it's like a different league. Like he's huge, like huge.
He's a different kind of human altogether.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's over 6'2", I think, 6'5", maybe. I'm not sure, but
It's like if you even place like shredded.
he's a good guy, though.
I know, and a good actor. But if you place like other shredded people, for example, which are like built and muscle, they're still like pretty small.
Compared
you
to
compare.
him, yeah, it's a different scale of
It's
human.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, so what's
So what do we have today?
Well, should we start with the story of AI?
Yeah, let's start with that. So, what happened to Sam Altman? He was the CEO of OpenAI.
Yes. So, in a sudden move, Altman is leaving after the company's board determined that he was not consistently candid in his communication. President and co-founder Greg Brockman has also quit. And then he's been fired as a CEO of OpenAI. So
He's been fired or he left?
that's what they say. Sam Altman has been fired
Oh,
as
wow.
CEO. And let me find, because there is like plenty other like interesting ways this can go. Some people are saying, "Oh, ChatGPT is dying." So he's saying that I loved my time at OpenAI. It was transformative for me personally and hopefully the world a little bit. In a follow-up post, he described the experience of his firing as sort of like reading your own eulogy while you're still alive.
Wow.
OpenAI's announcement also said that co-founder and president Greg Brockman will be stepping down as chairman of board, but remain at the company. Hours after it was published, Brockman posted to X that he had quit based on today's news. Later, in another post on X, Brockman said he and Altman were both notified on their removal from the board on Friday by OpenAI co-founder and chief scientist Ilya Sutskever, who is also a board member. Sam and I are shocked and saddened by what the board did today. This is an extremely sudden turn of events. Altman has been the face of OpenAI, which kickstarted the current AI arms race with last year's hugely popular release of ChatGPT. Just last week, Altman led the keynote at the company's first ever Dev Day conference, where it announced a suite of major new updates. And then Altman has reportedly talked with Jony Ive, Apple's former chief design officer, about making the iPhone of artificial intelligence. So that might be interesting. Altman is a co-founder of OpenAI and initially served as a co-chair of the company alongside Elon Musk. Musk left in 2018 to avoid a conflict of interest with Tesla. He has since founded his own AI company, XAI.
With Grok.
Yeah, so I think there is one more. Unlike traditional private company boards, OpenAI's board consists mostly of outsiders. After Altman and Brockman's departures, its remaining board members are the company's chief scientist, Ilya, I mentioned before, Quora CEO, Adam D'Angelo, Tasha Macaulay, the former CEO of GeoSim Systems, and Helen Toner, the director of strategy at Georgetown Center for Security and Emerging Technology.
That's wow, that's groundbreaking news. I think if he was the face of the company,
and he like co-founded it. Like.
Yes, so I when I listened to the episode with Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan Experience, he was saying that he helped funding for the initial project of OpenAI, ChatGPT, and it was supposed to be Open AI. Instead, now you have a version that is free, but it has a subscription model.
I know.
If you want to use,
so it's called 4.5, right?
Yeah. So I think the 3.5 is a free version, and it goes to 20 facts up to 2022. Because initially you could just do inquiries on the system up to 2021. Now they just updated the new versions that are still free. I think it's GPT 3.5, and it's up to 2022. But
how about the other one?
The newest one, the more advanced, is only available for subscribers.
But what is the difference? How do you know?
Well, it will be up to more modern facts, and it has different, more processing speeds, and you can ask more questions. And you would not have long times for waiting. You know, it's different. And with XAI instead, you need to be a X Premium member, I suppose, or subscriber.
Is it like connected to the app?
Yes, and it's called Grok, and it has a funny mode as well. And it's so hilarious, and it makes you really crack laughing. Like you say, like, okay, go now, change in funny mode. Tell me about this, and he just makes jokes and stuff.
I guess it's a good tool. I don't use it, but I guess you can make something easier, right?
Hey, but if they do with the phone with Alexa. Ooh.
Yeah, but that would be
not Alexa. I mean Siri. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, they might. I guess they will.
Or Alexa too.
Yeah. But look, like sometimes, let's say if I'm writing a little description for the video, or I just like to put my own words because it's unique, you know? Always like with the AI, there will be some sort of pattern.
Well, you need to make sure that is correct. It's
yes, but
I mean, it's like when I would do, I was doing translations from English to Italian or Italian to English. So you have these, you had these translators, electronic.
Yes.
That you could just put a text.
Well, but they're not good.
And yeah, it would do the translation. It would give you a hint of what the meaning of the paragraph is, but you still have to go in there and convey the right meaning.
Yeah.
So you just would do correction. So from your part, yes. The other thing is that you cannot rely on the information if it's correct or not.
Yeah, you don't really
know.
Because
that happened to me multiple times. I say, well, I don't think this is right, you know, and then the system would say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to make a correction with the right answer. Like,
but I guess that some people will trust anyway. So
yeah, no, you cannot trust it 100%. So that's a different one. So my case instead here...
You have AI too, right?
So yeah, but it's different. So I was curious, and I found this article because I wanted to see, you know, our behavior change throughout time with technology. And this one in particular is called From Robotics to Virtual Reality, What's the Future of Sex? So this article was for March 14, 2023 from Health News.
Oh, so like my article was The Verge, just to make it's great.
And here it says that as technology progresses, so does the potential for new and exciting ways to explore sexuality and intimacy. The possibilities are endless as advancements in robotics, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality open new ways to interact with one another. But are predictions of cybernetic lovers and cyberspace sex realistics, or purely the stuff of science fiction? So here we have the internet, social media, video games, and people have been able to explore their sexuality in different ways, especially with virtual realities and AI.
Yeah.
Because now we have robotics and AI allow machines to take on human characteristics, including facial recognition, voice synthesis, and emotion recognition, while VR creates a whole new world for users, offering an immersive experience that can transport them away from the physical world. These simulations also allow people to connect with others online through shared experiences and interact with virtual partners in ways that mimic real relationships. So, but will this technology overtake traditional forms of intimacy and sexuality, or will they merely enhance our existing experiences? What's your opinion?
Well, so like we tried this translation thing. That was incredible, but it's also dangerous at some point.
Yeah, but I'm talking about sex and technology. I mean, this would be crazy.
Have you tried VR before?
No, never.
I tried it for the games.
Mm-hmm.
It's still like it still needs to grow because you kind of can see, but it's super interesting that you can like, let's say you have those, the goggles on you, and then basically if in the game you will be falling, you might really feel like, oh,
you do, yeah.
So this is like an interesting way. I think it's.
But you have like the VR, and then you have a tool that
correct.
they can use to sexually.
Yes.
Sexual penetration, like
for example.
And then, that's gonna be crazy.
I think that will be the future, but
so the thing is that
dangerous.
It says here they also offer a safe alternative for those who may not have access to real life partners or feel uncomfortable engaging in physical intimacy. They could also provide therapeutics benefits for people with disabilities or social anxieties. So I think at that point it will be a good thing because not everybody can have access to a partner, because unless if somebody has a disability and they would like to have sexual encounters, there will be a different, it would be different for them.
I think.
So they will be beneficial to.
But it's still like faking real life.
It
right?
is.
Yeah. So.
It is. And
it's pretty tough.
So VR is another technology making waves in the world of sex tech. VR headsets allow users to enter virtual worlds where they can interact with 3D avatars, explore sexual fantasies, and connect in real life with digital partners. It's an exciting prospect for people who want to experience something new without leaving the comfort of home. And this guy says in 2015, futurologist Dr. Ian Pearson released a report predicting the future of sex. He suggested that by 2030, having virtual sex will be as common as browsing pornography is today, and that by 2050, a mere 27 years from now, all sex between humans will be replaced by robot sex. That is fucking crazy.
I don't think it's true, but who knows?
That is crazy.
Like, do you remember last time we talked about the spike? What if the spike goes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, the guy will maybe move to the Apple, and Apple will have this AI stuff. Who knows?
Then the other thing, the critical part of human interaction is conversation. As we've seen that last time, we talked about how that AI robot, that chatbot that was supposed to help the dude with mental illness, he told them how to commit suicide in different ways. And so they, like, people would fall because once the AI becomes emotional, people get connected in different ways. So I think this will make people more alone than ever. Because you will know.
Well, people got already alone after social media.
Yes. So will you, if you have somebody that is always alone and it just interacts with a AI-powered chatbot, and you don't make human relations anymore, relationships.
Maybe that's what they want, is to kill all the relationships and have.
And then there's
all individuals.
the dolls, real dolls work if they become fully like
What do you mean?
robots, sex dolls.
Oh.
That's insane. And
Well,
then he says, go ahead.
I mean, as you see, like, what crazy things are happening, I wouldn't be surprised if those things will be true.
Well, it says here robots and cyber avatars may be able to simulate physical pleasure, but it's challenging to replicate the depth of an emotional connection. So it's merely like a physical thing then. And
That's crazy.
related to this, so I went a little bit deeper, and there's this
Still an AI topic.
is this essay entitled Why the Culture Wins, an Appreciation of Ian M. Banks. This is an old article from an essay, November 12, 2017, by Professor Joseph Heath. So listen to what I'm saying, okay? So consider Weber's famous diagnosis on modernity, producing specialists without spirit, sensualists without heart. In the culture, the role of the specialist has been taken over by the AIs, leaving for humanity nothing but the role of sensualists without heart. Thus, the chief attraction of the culture is the promise for non-stop partying and unlimited sex and drugs. Genetics and surgical modification provide culture members with the ability to make almost unlimited changes to their bodies, which typically include enhanced genitalia to allow them to experience intense, extended, and repeated orgasms, as well as the installation of specialized glands that produce a range of psychoactive chemicals to dull pain, to produce euphoria, to remain awake, or to produce almost any other feeling that might seem desirable.
Jesus. That's
So
crazy.
it's a futuristic view. If you take AI takes out all the jobs, what is left for humanity? So
yeah, that's what he said.
specialists without spirit,
Yeah.
sensualists without heart. So
Yeah.
everything is done to pursue the end of pleasure. Forever.
Yeah. Wow.
So can you believe that?
That's crazy. Do you think it's gonna happen one time?
I think this is human nature. We're made to. So according to the first studies on human nature, there was these guys, Mills and Bentham. They said that human beings have two masters. Their lives are shaped by two masters: pain and pleasure. So we want to avoid pain, and we want to seek pleasure
as much as we can.
as
right?
much as we can.
Yeah.
So we also seek comfort. We seek the easy route. We avoid the naturally difficulty. Just think about it.
It's human nature.
It's human nature.
That's what
and
everybody.
it makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the demise of a society, we lose touch with reality when we have generation that is looking up for too much pleasure without going through something else, difficulty, hard times, or achieving something that is difficult, that is painful at the moment, but is going to give you meaning at the same time. So we're just going back to that. And there's another part of this article that says work provides most people with their primary sense of meaning and achievement in life. So what happens when work disappears? So what happens when the AI takes all the work?
Yeah, exactly.
Turning everything into a hobby, because people will pursue hobbies.
Yeah.
A hobby is fun. Many people spend a great deal of time trying to escape work so they can spend more time on their hobbies.
Wow.
But while they may be fun, hobbies are also, at some level, always frivolous. They cannot give meaning to a life, precisely because they are optional. You could just stop doing it and nothing would change. it will make no difference, which is to say, it wouldn't matter if you stop doing a hobby. Because it just gives you that momentary pleasure.
Okay.
Now consider the choices that people have in the culture. You can be male or female or anything in between. Indeed, many culture citizens alternate, and it's considered slightly autre to be strongly gender identified. You can live as long as you like. You can acquire any appearance or any sets of skills. You can alter your physiology or brain chemistry at will. Learn anything you like. Given all these options, how do you choose? More fundamentally, who are you? What is it that creates your identity, or what makes you distinctive? If we reflect upon our lives, the significant choices we have made were all important in ways that informed by the constraints we are subject to. The hand we were dealt, our natural talents, our gender, the country we were born in. Once the constraints are gone, what basis is there for choosing one path over another?
That's so interesting. Oh my God. Wow.
It goes to the core of your human being, of your humanity.
Yes, but also he kind of like said that the job is like the most important thing.
Yes, to create meaning.
Well, but depending like what kind of job and like if it's your business or not, I would say like it's not like you can say if it might be or not. It's depending on the...
If you're doing a shitty job that you just go there to collect a paycheck and you're dying inside every day.
Yeah, people are like
Yes.
that. Some people are like that. So
I would say the majority of people are like that.
maybe. Well, I don't know.
Just think about it.
It's tough. Because
But-
like...
But at the same time, if everybody will be free to pursue their things, right? Then there
would be no sense.
Society wouldn't be working as it should. What do you think?
Yeah, because I guess that if AI takes over everything, people will have money to... Money and time, but like you need to have money to spend it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how would it be figured out, you know?
There is also that quote about Dostoevsky
Mm-hmm.
that he says, if you have human beings just worry with the continuation of the species
Mm-hmm.
and eat cake all day long, sooner or later they will destroy something just to see something happen. Just fuck up something just to make something happen, because everything it's easy, everything it's just
it will be too easy and too weird
You
to
know?
like to like handle that everything.
I
you
mean,
know?
be honest though. Okay, you're not working, and the same thing goes if you go on the beach and you sip margarita all day in a tropical area of the world. Okay, so the first day you say, "Oh man, this is really nice."
Yes, but it's good for like 2 weeks.
The second day you say, "Oh man, this is not."
Yeah.
No, dude. After a week, you'll be drunk. And
Yeah,
fucking-
but the thing is that like
you start being bored. So
yes,
like, what the hell?
you want to come back to like to do something, you know?
Yes,
what I mean?
but what is that? What is that coming back?
I think that
Isn't that meaning?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like
yeah,
my life has a meaning because I do this kind of work,
Mm-hmm.
or I find
it's interesting.
myself being productive?
Because like I know some people and they have a job, like say day job, and they will have the like month off, for example, and they will
Mm-hmm.
say, what I'm gonna do. Happens very
wrong.
often.
That's wrong too, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know.
aside from work, you should have something you're gonna work for,
totally.
going for you. Otherwise, man, you will not have a pleasurable time around.
From the other hand, some people I think live this life you mentioned, because like if you see, there's plenty of gaming YouTubers who do the streaming as well, and like as far as I know, some of them sit for 12 hours every day, 5 days or 6 days per week, and just play computer games and make money of people watching them doing so.
And that's their way to have meaning, in a way.
Yeah,
But that's the thing.
but maybe for them it's like life like he's describing, or no, like is this like a job for them, or they just treat it as a fun?
That's the thing. What gives you meaning in the end, I think, where you
Yeah.
could be most productive.
Yeah.
So when I graduated, the dean of the college, I'll never forget this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you haven't figured out what you want to do with your life, even after the degree, it's okay too. He said, but be mindful that you want to do what you're the most glad where there is the most need. So what you want to do for yourself that makes you feel accomplished where there is the most necessity, the most need. Something that you can help humanity with. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm not sure if playing video games for that many hours and being paid,
But
it
apparently
gives you
some
meaning.
people, or like 100,000 people watch them at once.
So there was
I don't
this
know.
guy on this podcast. He had a lot of girls around, and he asked, "Would you rather do $40,000 a year doing a normal job, or making $400,000 doing OnlyFans?"
Oh, what he said.
Everybody said OnlyFans,
I mean, I
and
guess.
she said, "Yeah, you."
What would you say?
You'd be stupid if you wouldn't do it. That's a difficulty, though. Think about it.
I
If
know,
you- if you
because
have-
it has
no.
consequences.
If you have, it has consequences. You are gonna forego. You're gonna jeopardize, make a shitstorm of your future,
Yes.
because that's gonna ruin your future prospect of having a family, maybe, or having kids. Your content is all there. It will always be there,
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
Somebody can access it if they want to. And if one day you will find a partner, even if you don't tell him, and it's gonna come out, or if you got a kid and his friends are say, "Hey, your mom is,"
Yeah.
this is the worst thing ever that can ever
I
happen
know.
to you.
I know.
So they're being merely like materialistic and saying
know.
like, "Oh, I get the 400K." So isn't that selling yourself, or are you pursuing? Are you being maintaining your dignity for 40K a year?
It's tough.
But guess what? You don't have to do 40K a year forever. You can gain more skills,
Get a better
and you
job.
can bank on yourself in different ways, in a more
Yeah.
in a different route. So you don't need
Open
to go.
a company.
You don't need
whatever.
to live on 40K forever.
That's the weird
You-
point. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like the selling yourself for 400K.
Depending for how many.
I mean, I wouldn't want my daughter to do that. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Depending
It's
for
like-
how many years you could do that. I mean,
Yeah,
because if maybe those people who said yes, they were.
but that tells you that
encouraged by the securing the future at some point. You know.
But there's no securing the future. What good are you doing to humanity, like by showing naked pictures of yourself online?
You're just using.
I mean, I don't want to be judging anybody, but this is my opinion, and I want to have
Yeah.
an opinion on this, and I don't think that's a good way.
No,
to
I
live
know
your
it's
life.
stupid, but I guess like you see all those people are doing that, so like they want money.
Yeah,
So
but
stupid. I know.
at that point, like, would you rather have a family or settle down, have a couple of kids, and
Basic life, yeah.
live with your husband, and like
yeah, that's what I would do. But
feeling? I mean, there's no better. Unfortunately, that's what our society is doing this today with to women and girls. It's your choice, whatever you want to pursue a career and focus on your career. Then you get to 40 years old and you don't have a kid, a family, because you focus too much on your career at the beginning, instead of saying like, do whatever you want to do with your life, but having a family and having children is important, or whatever is your orientation or your gender, whatever you want to choose to do. But there is nothing that is, to me personally, nothing that is more fulfilling than having your own kids. Because having kids, I think in the end, completes you as a human being.
Yeah, I
you
agree.
just go full circle in your life. You're not selfish. You don't just live your life as a selfish human being by just living for the mere pleasure of satisfying your needs, but you have somebody else that you need to teach, to care for.
Makes sense. Well, so if you ask me, I would not do that, but I guess I understand that some people want to do that and just let them,
Yeah,
you know.
no, we live in a free
But
country.
they will live with that. Like at the end of the day, you need to know that you will stand.
We live in a free country and a free society, and that's
But
that's
they will
okay
they
too.
will stand by the mirror and like look and like what am I doing?
For how long it's gonna last?
How long it's
you
gonna
know?
how
So
long they
that's-
will be buying those pictures, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't know.
Well, it depends. It's the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
You can buy a good experience, you can buy company, you can buy a house, but you cannot buy a friend, you cannot buy a faithful lover, you cannot buy a home where you go to and you feel, oh, this is my safe
That's why
temple.
money is not everything. Like there are many different things you should.
But don't you think this is one of the greatest threats to our morality, or even the absence of faith as well?
Mm-hmm.
Like the religious belief in a way. I'm not here to proselytize or tell you what you should believe or not, but if you don't believe in anything, you will believe in everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's true. You got to have your point.
And that's the thing. It comes all down to know yourself.
That is true.
Know yourself, and technology will be there, and it will always be made to make our lives easier to a certain extent. But relying too much on it is not beneficial.
I know. That's why I try to avoid.
But at the same time, having the unlimited pursuit of pleasure is not good either.
No, as you mentioned, like you will sit on the beach, having fun all time long, but it's not gonna last forever. Like it's not fun if that's, I think the thing what makes it like super interesting that it's not available every time.
There's people that want to do that, believe me. But like at the end, it's like you drug yourself, right?
But look,
you say like, oh, I have this feeling of pleasure, like.
But you want this pleasure, right?
Yeah.
And if you get it, you automatically feel like, oh, I achieved it. I want more and more. You know what I mean? So if they will have it for all the time, it will not lose its value. If you have vacation all the time, it loses the value.
It doesn't have meaning.
No
anymore.
meaning. You can have vacation from time to time and like be waiting for that, having excitement, reserve some energy. But if you have it all the time, it's not gonna
be vacation anymore.
No,
it's gonna be.
You're not gonna find this.
You're just gonna have like a Disneyland life.
Yeah. Is it good?
Because you're gonna be ramped up in your emotions so much that you're gonna mess up your perception of pleasure and fun.
But from other thing, you have plenty of business owners who technically live this Disney life, but I believe that they created something and they still kind of have impact on that, and it's like the benefit, and they sometimes pop to the business, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yes, and at the same time, you have those who have achieved so much, and they still keep on grinding.
Yeah.
Like
if you look at Elon Musk or the Bezos, they spent the time in the company and like keep going. I mean, they could retire and just be secured for.
Jeff Bezos could have retired when he had 1 billion.
Yeah, and all his family will be set and good.
He retired when he gained more than 200 billion. So it's like.
Well, but look, and they still kept going. You know what I mean? It means something.
It means something, but at the same time, the people that don't have it, it's. The people that don't know what that means, they all want to be at that point, but they really don't realize the amount of work that it takes.
Oh yeah, like
because everybody sees just the success. Just think about the picture of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Everybody just sees the tip of the iceberg, but what comes underneath the water, nobody sees the failures,
risks, failures, investments, time. I guess those people were like working 20 hours a day.
Oh, absolutely.
To achieve for years. So that's I think that's the reward.
But working 20 hours a day, maybe with a smile on their face, because that's what it was meant for them to do.
Well, I have to believe that whatever you do it well, So
Yeah, do one thing at a time. Do it well.
whatever
And-
you do, I don't want to put, if I'm doing something, I'm going to put all effort, whatever it is, whatever kind of job is that, I want to put all effort I can to make sure I'm happy and other people are happy, because I don't want to just do something I don't like and be like not happy. And
But even if it's for the moment, even if it's a low wage jobs that you're going through, grinding for 8 hours a day,
it
or
will be
whatever.
fun for you if you just give your energy and make some fun of that, you know?
No. What I'm saying is, even if you find yourself in a difficult situation and the job you have, you have a family, you have kids, the job you do is the only source of income from your family. And you just need to do this job because you don't have another choice. And I realize and I understand that. That's okay too. But you want to give your best no matter what.
Yeah.
And you want to do your best job possible so you can have a better job.
Yeah.
Because you do better now. 1 year from now, you can go and do something else, and people will always say good things about you because you gave your all.
Exactly.
So
Always have your smile.
you need to do a good job in order to have a better job.
Yes.
Even if it's a $10 an hour job.
Yeah.
If you're just starting.
Have smile. It will make you better and will make other people talk good things about you. Recommend. Maybe you'll have the random person coming to see you, and then you smile, and then you meet this person.
And it's not easy. It's
not easy, but it happens sometimes. So just put the smile on. Do whatever you do well.
Well, believe you can do it. Believe you can do it. Believe you can, but at the same time, you need to do something.
There is a quote.
You need to work on yourself in a way.
Yes, there is a quote in the restaurant world. Whatever you do it well, so other people will appreciate it and come back and bring other people to see how you do it.
That's perfect quote.
You know?
That's perfect quote.
That's what I feel. And
Yes.
like whatever, just do it, do your best, and it will pay off. You know?
Yeah.
That's a really good quote.
Well, because like that kind of mood can be contagious in a positive way to other people. If you're a server and you do this kind of work, right, toward excellence, and maybe there's another server that is lagging behind, but you're in the same restaurant, and then say, oh man, let me see what this guy is doing. I can do that too. If he can do it, I can do it too.
Trust.
And they do it, and you just raise the bar for everybody because no one wants to be left behind.
Yeah.
And this is the way it should work in every organization, I think.
There is one thing which there is nothing more satisfying than people coming to the public restaurant and they specifically want you to see you again, you know? This is like the reward. And some people do that, and it's like, wow, that's really...
That means something.
like-
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's public restaurant that just can come and sit, and they shouldn't care, but they want this experience again. So it's all about experience. Like, just give your best, and whatever you do.
Yes.
Whatever.
Charlie, you need to do a course
Oh,
where you can make money.
right?
Sell a course for how to be a good server.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah. We should
Damn.
do
Woo! We can put it on Skillshare. Do
Yeah.
something about it.
Yeah.
How to be the best server.
Yeah, like this guy Ali Abdal. Do you know him?
No, I don't
He's
know
doing
who
like
he is.
motivation stuff. He got like 5 million subscribers, but he made like some course on this app. I was listening to podcasts, and he says that he could retire, and all those courses still pays for his life.
Yeah. We could do that.
Yeah, right.
We should think about
We
it,
should
though,
think
of
about
course. What's
Yeah.
our next piece of our next story?
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
So RCS brings iMessage style features to cross-platform text. So long story short, you have this iPhone iMessages, right?
Yes.
And they're blue.
Yes.
And people on Android, they have green messages, right?
You can see that.
I know. But do you know what I mean? If you text somebody from Apple phone to Android,
Yeah,
The interaction is not the same.
Yeah, this guy is a piece of shit. Green. I was an Android user for a long time, so this is my very first iPhone, so I understand what that means.
Look, and now the guy from company Nothing. Do you know the company?
I do not know what that company is.
There was a OnePlus Android phone.
Yes.
Have you heard? So that was the owner of this company.
Yes.
He left, and he went to London, and he founded his new company Nothing. And this company Nothing produce phone and headphones for now. And those phones, they have kind of like a clear back, or the headphones are kind of clear, so you can see inside. That's the purpose.
Okay.
Well, so he, with like other people, they founded an app which will allows people to first share all the information they have on their phone. And then if you send a message to somebody, this app allows you to like send a blue message for iPhone users. Which is so stupid. Like,
it just changes the color.
Why would you? I mean, it adds like all those like likes, haha, all the gifts.
Oh, it's pretty much the whole messaging experience.
Correct. But some people want to fake that they have iPhones. But the first message they will send, the app will say that this is provided by this app, and like so, they will already be discovered. But it's crazy shit because people wants to have those iMessage everywhere. The iPhone iMessage. Plus, iMessage is very secure in Apple.
Yeah.
But then, very surprising.
Oh, by the way, did you update to iOS 17?
I did not.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe I have it.
A few changes.
I think, wait, let me just check. Maybe I did. So,
I did it. No, you didn't.
No, I did not. I didn't really care. Well, but look, Apple, right after that, announced that RCS support is coming to iPhone next year. RCS, which Rich Communication Services. So, in surprising move, they will adopt this, and the feature will launch. The feature will launch via a software update later next year and bring a wide range of message style features to messaging between iPhone and Android users. Apple's decision comes amid pressure from regulators and competitors like Google and Samsung. It also comes as RCS has continued to develop and become a more mature platform than it once was. So later next year, we'll be adding support for RCS Universal Profile. And then this will work alongside iMessage, which will continue to be the best and most secure messaging experience for Apple users. But at the same time, iMessage isn't going anywhere. It will continue to be messaging platform used for all communication between iPhone users. RCS will simply supplant SMS and MMS and exist separately from iMessage when available. This is not Apple opening up iMessage to other platforms. Instead, it's the company adopting RCS separately from iMessage.
Man, when you said SMS, MMS, it made me like long gone memories. Short text message.
Yeah.
Like SMS was used.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh my God. It was crazy back then. And when multimedia message came out, MMS.
Yeah.
Say, oh wow, you could send a picture. Oh,
exactly.
It's crazy.
Well, so that's a very interesting story for me then.
Like, it is.
Especially that like right after they announced this app.
But it's inconsequential to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Why?
It just changes the color of the thing. I mean, the features.
Trust me. Okay, here. People in some certain countries where they cannot afford the iPhone, this is status, I guess.
Yeah.
And they want to fake that they have those blue messages
Maybe.
texting other people, for example.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. But, and also like they want to have this experience. They want to give you a haha to your message. They want to have this flashing screen. They want to send voice message. Want to send multiple pictures. Isn't crazy?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So
well, I like the way you can send the stickers with the iPhone. That you can have change the face of a cow or a giraffe.
Oh yeah. With your they
With your
wanted.
face.
They wanted
Yeah.
the Android users. They wanted.
That's a nice thing. That's
Plus,
a
the
nice
iPhone is like became this some sort of thing. I don't know. It's like I've heard the story. Guess how many of American teenagers have iPhone and how many percentage people have Android?
I knew that there
They
was.
did the research.
I don't know if 48% of
No.
users have iPhones.
87. I said
80?
teenagers.
Oh,
kids.
teenagers. Okay.
87 to 13, as far as I remember.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
I know. And like imagine that you're this kid having Android.
Yeah, that's different. Market share iPhone versus Android. Oh man, iPhone has 57.93% of market share. As of 2023, Android has 70.29% of global market share. iPhone users have 43.7 higher average salary than Android users. Oh wow.
So there was a... Wait. Okay. I have this from...
In the US,
Yes, there's an article.
58% of users.
Yeah.
Globally, though, Android is more widespread.
Yes, so the survey was performed and report determined 83%, sorry, 83, not 87, of teenagers have an iPhone, the highest level seen by the firm in its research. And this time last year, the same survey discovered 82% own an iPhone. It's still like insane, you know? That's just...
Yeah.
It shows like how big is that? And imagine that you're the kid and you don't have an iPhone.
You want to belong with the other kids.
Exactly.
You want to have it.
And it's
yeah,
just
that's
growing.
all crazy.
Spike.
Yeah. So I have this story here from the Business Insider that says British Airways crew invented an armed robbery to cover up a wild night of drugs. Brazilian police say. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Let's get drugs. Brazilian police are accusing British Airways crew members of fabricating an armed robbery in Rio de Janeiro to cover up a wild night of drugs and alcohol, according to The Independent. The civil police of the state of Rio de Janeiro told The Independent that their investigations found that 3 cabin crew members lied in their police testimonies about being the victims of multiple crimes. The cabin crew said that a series of traumatic incidents on September 5th left them too traumatized to work the next day, postponing a scheduled flight to London and leaving passengers stranded in Rio, according to The Independent. But the investigations found that they did not tell the truth according to what actually happened on the night off. They didn't say what actually happened that morning. They created these stories to try to justify probably inappropriate behavior outside of company rules. Police said that only 1 of 3 crimes reported by the trio of cabin crew members actually occurred, a stolen cell phone. Police doubt their claims that they were confronted by robbers on 2 separate occasions. CCTV footage released by police suggested that the cabin crew were still on a night out in Rio at about 4:50 a.m. Woo! Later, the crew members consumed drugs and alcohol and went to an abandoned gas station close to a community in Rio, where they continued their drug use. One of the cabin crew claimed to have blacked out after drinking and had no recollection of the night, except for waking up on the street. Upon being treated by medics, he reportedly disclosed that he spent the night drinking and consuming drugs with 2 women. The 3 cabin crew members are now under investigation for falsely reporting a crime. The airline did not respond to a request asking whether the individuals were still employed by the company.
So you said what airline is that?
British.
British?
Why? British.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
It's great. Well, the craziest thing to me, I'll be pissed if I know that I'm going to miss the flight because of the cabin crew members. They had a night of drugs and alcohol before. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Isn't that
I don't think it
crazy?
will happen with like Qatar Airways.
Oh, no, the standards.
Well, so because I have a couple friends in there, and so
Do you want to speak out about your hiring experience?
Yeah, sure.
That would be nice. So just to
I went.
just to show the degree of
Yes.
selection that the cabin
Yes.
crew go through with a different Middle Eastern company. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I applied for a couple jobs before back in the day, but the things that I wanted to say that they have like whenever you hire already and you go to the airport, they will have a person looking at you if you look good. If there is something wrong with your hair, they will tell you. They will write a note and you'll have the write up.
Who does this?
There is a person assigned for that.
For every
the
company? Every
I don't know.
airline?
No.
Okay.
Qatar, Emirates, those are like higher.
Yes, higher
Saudi.
end. Okay.
You know, they want to have perfect people.
So you applied for this job.
I did.
What was without saying the company, you can say it was a Middle Eastern.
Yeah, there was one of those like
Yeah.
high-end Qatar,
Yeah.
Saudi companies.
Yeah.
So there was, I believe, applied in the city I applied. There was like 4,000 candidates. Yeah, and then they invited, I don't know how many people. Like they invited 500 of us for the first day, and then
In a luxurious hotel.
correct,
Right? Oh.
correct. Everybody was wearing a tie. So as far as I remember, the first like step was just like little conversation. They wanted to just eliminate those people, and they were checking if you can reach the
height, certain height.
Yes,
Okay.
because you need to be comfortable with that. So there was like little conversation, like, "Hi, how are you? What brings you on today? How old are you?" Just like 2 minutes, and they already knew who passed. So from those people, they were like throughout the days.
And this is for a cabin crew member?
Correct.
Okay. I'll spit there.
And then there was another. So we were waiting for the like little, note who is qualified. So they did that throughout the days because they had that many people. And they announced the people. And after
how many people?
I believe from those people.
Just from the basic conversation?
Yes, I think they eliminated like 300 people or 400 people. So it was like 100, 200 people left. So then they invite us for another step. And another step was English test. So everybody was sitting and there was a written test for the English. And I passed that. So I believe after that step was like 40 people left.
Oh.
Yeah. And another step was another day where there was I believe that was the final step when there was like 40 of us, and I had to have like a longer interview with the lady. There was like some questions you randomly choose from like they were on the table.
Yeah.
And I think they never tell you why you failed, but I failed after this step. If you passed that step, you were good to go. But if you didn't, you don't know why.
What kind of questions?
So I got like there was I think 5 questions total, plus like some questions like she was asking, do you have tattoos or stuff like that. And they were
you can't have no tattoos.
No, I mean you can have tattoos, but they need to be. If there's a uniform, it needs to be covered,
Mm-hmm.
But so the question I guess I failed. There was something about war, and I don't know. I guess they needed like answer to be adjusted to their to be like super appropriate for everything. But I don't remember what I answered and what was or there was question. Oh no, sorry. What do you imagine a world without would be better? And I think I said war. And that's the question they didn't want to hear.
Wow, that's a good thing.
I know.
That's a good answer to me.
But then there might be another thing. She looked close to my face. She literally came like this close and looked at she goes like This is not the perfect skin. You have this acne right here. And she just write down.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. Exactly.
The acne.
Because back in the day I had worse skin. Now I have better skin, so
Yeah.
I would maybe pass. I don't know.
I mean, at that point, I'm pretty sure they would just fly really high-end customers, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't just.
But the benefits. Look, so there was also one day, because everything took like a week, maybe total.
I mean, just think about the costs for the hiring process that they had to.
Exactly.
to
But they were like explaining what they offer first. Like, let's say I will be flying for them. I will be able to give you plenty of tickets for free. All the because they have like agreement with other airlines, most of the airlines, that that you fly for free, your family most of the flights fly for free in all the airlines, and you have like another 12 tickets for friends per year.
Oh wow, per year.
Yeah. So I don't know exact numbers, but I know the benefits are incredible. That's what they say. Friends, family.
What's the salary?
Salary is basically in dollars. It's like it's not that much, but hear me out. They pay
Well,
you
how
like-
much?
at the beginning. It's like $2,000-3,000 per month, but they pay you. They give you apartment for free. They pay for all transportation, all hotels, and all food.
That's pretty good.
So all the money you save,
So all the money you make,
you
it's,
save.
it's for you. Yeah.
It's for you.
I mean, because you wouldn't need anything other than
Nothing beyond that.
Well,
So-
if you have a home somewhere, you still may need to pay rent. It's not like you're always on the fly.
Oh no, they don't have. I mean, most of the people, they don't have any.
Vacation or something.
No. They don't have any like other apartments, because you have your base. It's in the either Dubai or Doha, and that's where you live. You commit to live there
Oh, okay.
because they give you an apartment. But another crazy thing is that they told us that your family can visit, but if you're a guy, only your father and brother can stay with you, because they have separate apartment complexes for women and men.
Oh my goodness.
And you have a girlfriend, she cannot come to your apartment, and you cannot go to her apartment.
Oh my.
That's the rules of the countries over there.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
You know, so if like my parents would come, my mom would have to stay in a different place.
Well, that's usually different because every time a woman cannot be by herself in those countries, she needs to be always accompanied by a man. I don't know how that works.
That's
but,
why about the benefits of the work. It was incredible. That's why I'm telling you, like, I have couple friends. They're very happy. But it's also have disadvantages. Like sometimes you fly. You're in the United States today, but tomorrow you're in Australia, but another day you're in Europe. So your brain, you're getting like overwhelmed with that. But so that's why many.
I mean, if you're a single person, you can just go and do all of that.
But
You got nothing else.
Most
to
of them
think.
are single or just date other cabin crew.
Yeah.
But the thing is that most of them work for like 5, 10, 15 years, save all the money they can, like the salary, and then just take off for retirement. So.
But in those 10, 15 years, you have like no.
Well,
I mean, it depends. Come on, for some people, it would be
I would love that at
exciting
some
to
point.
be on the go.
yeah, like let's say you go to New York for free, they pay for everything, and you still have couple days in there to visit. And then another week you go to Australia, then you visit Melbourne, and then you go
because
to
you
Thailand.
need to have a certain time off before you
Yeah.
can fly again.
Yeah. So like if you go to New York from Dubai, they will give you 2 days in New York to you and give you money to spend
But
in the
the
hotel.
thing is, like, you're confined in that
I know. I
that
know.
plane the whole freaking time.
I know.
8 hours at a time. And
Well, they do have beds
Or
to
13
sleep. They
hours.
sleep there. They have a
do they
time.
sleep?
Yeah, they do.
But if you're on, you're on the shifts.
I know. That's why it's like it's
I
exhausting.
mean,
at
it's
some point.
work. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they say if you have this 13-hour flight, they have like 2-3 hours for sleep for themselves. So it's still like not
And
great.
then the jet lag every
You're
time.
consistently jet lagged. Your brain is like not going because
Yeah.
sometimes you wake up in the middle of the day. Sometimes you
And I guess how many flights you do per month too.
plenty.
Yeah, that'd be different.
So yeah, that's the experience. Like if we talk about the airlines, but yeah,
That's crazy.
would you do that?
Maybe if I were 21,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But it's funny because the
21, no kids, no girlfriend, no nothing. Yes.
yeah,
I would go.
totally. That was in my mind that time. That's why I'm. But plenty of people I met there, they were like 30, 35.
Oh, okay, older.
They really wanted to do that. They were trying for 10, 15 years already.
Oh man, yeah.
And they would try every year.
That's,
And also some people were they came after they got laid off after COVID. They fired like so many people.
yeah, you need to be vaccinated or masks and all that.
Yeah, but not even that. That there was not many flights, so they basically just toss half of the crew, and then they started rehiring. And
Yeah.
they're coming to like the same. So
Yeah, that's insane. It's a different line of work for sure. So what do you have next for your
so
next
my last story, it's child labor in the
Ooh.
chocolate industry.
I love chocolate.
I know.
No child labor.
Yeah, so listen to that. Big chocolate brands rely on worker exploitation and trafficking in West Africa to make a profit. This Halloween, comedian and TV host John Oliver highlighted abuse in chocolate production. The chocolate industry, which generates about 140 billion United States dollars globally every year, relies on child labor, human trafficking, underpaying workers. Over 60% of the world's cocoa supply comes from Ivory Coast and Ghana. In those two countries alone, 1.5 million children ages 5 to 17 work in cocoa production. Many of those children are trafficked from other West African nations and forced to work in agriculture. Some as young as 12 say that recruiters use false promises to lure them into labor. Many tell labor advocates that their wages are being withheld. Child labor in the chocolate industry isn't a new issue. In the 90s and 2000s, the US Department of State and UNICEF raised concerns about child labor in West African cocoa farms. Because of that, big chocolate brands like Hershey, Mars, and Nestle pledged to end child labor in their supply chains by 2005. It's been 2 decades, they still haven't done so. Even though chocolate companies pledged to end child labor in their supply chains, kids in Ivory Coast and Ghana are still forced or manipulated into labor, separated from their families, unable to go to school, engaging in dangerous works. Some of the child exploitation in the chocolate industry is tied to poverty and low wages. A typical cocoa farmer in Ivory Coast earns an annual household income of $2,000. Because they're paid so little, farmers often cannot afford to send their kids to school. The children then start working on the farm to help put food on the table. If you buy a chocolate bar in the US, it's highly likely that it's a product of child labor. You can help by demanding that chocolate companies end child labor in their supply chains. 2. Supporting ethical chocolate brands that do not rely on exploitation. 3. Educate others about this issue. Chocolate companies won't put stop to child labor until they're forced to. So
Wow, that's insane. I did not know that. There was
yeah,
child labor.
So it's a Impact Instagram page based on the ABC News, the Globe Mail, U.S. Department of Labor, and the Washington Post sources. So it's
That is
legit. It's
is
crazy.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Yeah, mostly those Hershey's, all the big companies, like that's
Well, that would be the same thing as a cobalt in the cobalt mines.
exactly.
The article that I talk about last time, and it's if you want your batteries, if you want cheap goods, there's somebody at the other side of the world that
yeah,
has to do it, and for cheap, because
that's crazy.
it's insane.
Don't you think it's
Cost
just
of production?
yeah? like we.
I don't think it's
they
it's
should-
a good idea. I mean, that's what you have where these companies make most of their money. There was a scandal years and years ago with Nike that you have kids sewing the soccer balls because they said that they have smaller hands and they could thread the needle easily or something. So they would just make it was a scandal back then that they found out.
Yeah.
And that's when somebody would put on their products, oh, this product was not made using child labor, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But they promised in 2005 that they were not going to use...
And they are still doing that.
Because they're making money out of it.
Well, I
That's
know,
why.
I mean, I don't
Just
buy
think
those
about it.
chocolates like the Hershey's or chocolate at all, but people go and do that. I know
Yeah.
that Mr.
I mean, chocolate is a huge market in the
Yes.
world.
I know that Mr. Beast is fighting with Hershey's.
Is it?
I mean, it's like the biggest competitor. But I believe that Mr. Beast doesn't use the the fly.
Yeah, no,
is
I
now
don't...
There.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's now there.
Well, it says the Hershey company was the leading chocolate manufacturer in the United States in 2021 in terms of market share. The company held almost 24% of total market, with only Mars as a significant competitor. Wow, that is insane.
Can you imagine having that much?
It's...
And they still want to make this profit more and more and more.
Yeah. And it's crazy. I don't know. Well, they say together. So you have the big chocolate companies are Mondelez,
Mondelez or Oreo.
which owns Cadbury, Mars, Nestle, and the Hershey Company.
Correct.
Together, these companies process about 12% of the world's 3 million tons of cocoa each year. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. So I like chocolate, and there is a huge market for chocolate globally. It's not just because I like it,
is.
but like it goes. Just think about it.
I
The
know,
market,
it's crazy.
it's global.
That's why Mr. Beast started doing that.
The chocolate company.
Yeah,
that's-
you know.
That's crazy. That's insane.
just-
I didn't know about the child labor.
Yeah, we
things.
should be more aware of that. I mean, whenever people go next
But
time
at the
to
same,
store,
yeah. If they, the other thing is that if they don't use child labor, the price they say the price of chocolate will be consistently higher than it is now. So instead of costing you $3, a chocolate bar would cost you $5, for example. You know, and that's gonna be a huge burden on their
well,
their income, their profits.
the
It's everything about profits.
I know the
If they don't come, if they don't come over with,
yeah, I know what you mean, but I really changed like my approach to the sweets, and I don't buy anything like with added sugar if I don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm craving for sweet, I can grab like there's the like those little sweet things by Golden Mills, and they're like made with coconut sugar. They made from cassava flour.
Where are they?
They're either at Costco or Whole Foods. So you can. They're
No,
delish.
what are they specifically?
Like little chocolate things,
Oh, chocolates.
and they
Okay.
taste so good.
Well, do
They're-
they have cocoa inside?
They do.
Okay, so
But now-
they might come from
well-
child slave labor.
I need to check on that, but well, they have only clean ingredients. Like they're sweetened with coconut sugar and watermelon.
So
it's-
you're supporting child.
I don't.
slave-
Let me check what they have inside. Wait.
Well,
Wait.
the only way for you to know that is who is this distributor at the
Yeah.
local source.
Yeah.
But because if you mentioned Ghana and another country,
Mm-hmm.
so if it comes from there, you'd be 100% sure that it has involvement in that kind of.
So it's gonna be 1 second. Simple Meals. I'll show you that because it's really good sweet. It's here. Those are at Walmart too. It's $4.88. Look, there's like this big package.
Okay, yeah.
And they're so delicious. But let me find the. Okay. So they are Made in Chicago. Look at the ingredients. It's seed and nut flour blend, coconut sugar, tapioca starch, cocoa butter, Dutch cocoa powder, cocoa extract, baking soda, rosemary extract, sea salt, vanilla extract. Look how clean ingredients are.
So chocolate consumptions continue to grow around the world year after year. In 2019, total consumption was expected to reach 7.7 million metric tons. And then further, the global consumption of chocolate was 8.13 million tons in 2022.
Yeah.
Per capita, chocolate consumption is estimated at 1 kilogram per year per person. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
1
like
kilogram
people eat like 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds per person.
per year of chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was eating
It's
sweets.
not really, but you're talking
Yeah,
about like
exactly.
each. I mean, there's somebody that might eat 10 kilograms, 22
When
pounds
I
or-
was very into sweets back in the day, very into sweets, I was eating the half kilo Ferrero Rocher in one day. I could do that.
Kilo, Jesus.
Yeah, the big package. I was able to do that. A little bit in the morning.
I did something crazy.
What did you do?
So I took chocolate, the chocolate bar. I bought a chocolate bar from the store. I bought the Nutella. I took the chocolate bar. I dipped in the Nutella and I ate it.
Oh
You
shit.
talk about craziness, chocolate craziness.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really like,
Or do you know the small Nutella containers that
I know.
has the breadsticks?
Yes.
Okay, it has little Nutella.
Yeah.
So one day I was so pissed. I said, these motherfuckers, they put so little chocolate and sticks in there. I bought a huge pack of breadsticks
Oh
and
my-
I bought a huge container of Nutella. And I just went like, there you go, there you have it. And that was,
But I'm telling you, like,
man, that was crazy.
how
Too
I
sweet.
changed the diet, it's for me, it's like huge deal. Because like I used to, when I was even in college, just order the huge Pizza Hut on the huge dough, and then put some Coca-Cola after that, and finish with package of M&Ms.
Oh,
It was a good dinner
yeah.
back in the day.
Oh man, so in Italy,
Now I don't look at those things.
In Italy, they still do sell these packs of cookies. They have chocolate cream or vanilla cream inside. They're like Oreos, but
Yeah.
smaller. And one cookie is chocolate, one cookie is vanilla, like black and white.
Okay.
And they're together. And they're like in a long pack like this, like a tube. And they're called Ringo.
Oh, okay.
And I used to eat one of those every day. It's not that big, but like
Well-
they were my favorite. Oh
well,
my
yeah.
goodness.
I
It
used
was
to eat
like-
the cookies too here, or the croissants.
Oh,
Now I cannot look at
they don't
them.
have good croissants here. Sorry.
No, not as good as
I mean,
France.
unless you make it yourself.
Yeah, but it's tough to like do the dough with butter.
Well, you need to fold it multiple times.
you know.
I did it. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It's hard work.
But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. My relationship with sweets is not. It's tight right now. I'm not judging.
Well, yeah, no.
just my
Sugar.
preference now.
Yeah, it's sugar
sugar.
overall. Too much sugar is not good.
But also, you need to be aware of the sweeteners. They're out there.
yeah, absolutely.
Stevia is good, but if you go to buy Splenda, it's not good too, because it's sucralose. The same with aspartame.
Aspartame.
They cause cancer, and it's
well,
a fact.
they say there was a correlation, but we don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
you need
but
to account for.
But you don't want to.
You need to look when they do those kind of studies. You need to account for genetic variability, people's
Yeah.
individualities that is different, lifestyle, environment, and if they smoke, if
It is.
they
Yeah, that's true.
exercise,
That's
if they, it's so difficult, and you cannot say that aspartame is the only.
Oh yeah, for
thing
sure.
that
But
causes cancer.
if there is a
But
risk,
there is a problem, most likely, because that thing is not natural.
the
I'm
same
not
like
sure.
people thought all the vapes, like the electronic cigarettes,
They're
are
not good either.
They're not good. But at the beginning, there was not much research, so people thought, oh, it's good. But then they kept going. It's the same shit as
It's like
the,
COVID vaccines. They're
Yeah.
not good in the end.
the same shit as the cigarettes. So like,
It's just something that makes you feel good that you're protecting yourself.
It doesn't maybe doesn't smell like smoke, but it still like goes and the ingredient. Oh,
yeah. So do you have anything else, or you're good for
I'm
today?
good for today.
So what I have here, it's a piece of historical fact and of history from World War II. And I was like intrigued by these facts that occur in history to make you understand like they used to know things better than we do today. And we brought it to another level. Some things like propaganda and all this stuff.
Okay.
So this is called Operation Mince Meat, the ingenious deception of World War II. During World War II, Operation Mincemeat emerged as one of the most audacious and successful deception strategies employed by the Allies. The operation aimed to mislead the Axis powers, particularly Nazi Germany, about the Allies' intended invasion of Southern Europe. In 1943, the Allies were planning an invasion on Southern Europe, and they needed to divert German attention away from the strategically significant island of Sicily. The idea was to make Germans believe that the invasion would occur elsewhere. British intelligence devised the plan to convince the German that the Allies were planning to invade Sardinia and Greece, not Sicily. The plan centered around the use of a diseased body carrying false documents that suggested an attack on the Balkans. A recently deceased homeless man, Glindwer Michael, became the unwitting participant in Operation Mincemeat. His body was dressed as a Royal Marine officer, and a briefcase containing fake documents was attached to his wrist. Glindwer Michael's new identity was Captain, Acting Major, William Martin of the Royal Marines. The false documents included personal letters, photographs, and official letters suggesting plans for an attack on Sardinia and Greece. On April 30th, 1943, a British submarine released the body off the coast of Huelva, Spain, an area known for strong currents that would carry the body ashore. The hope was the Spanish authorities would find the documents and share the information with the Germans. The plan worked remarkably well. The Spanish authorities discovered the body, and the false information was passed on to the Germans. As a result, German forces were redirected to defend against an invasion that never came, while the Allies successfully invaded Sicily in Operation Husky on July 9, 1943. Operation Mincemeat stands as one of the most inventive and effective acts of military deception in history. It showcased the importance of misinformation and strategic intelligence in warfare, illustrating how a well-executed ruse could significantly impact the outcome of a major military campaign. The story of Operation Mincemeat remains a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of wartime intelligence operation during World War II.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy? How they use like deception.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to say. Now with technology, you can do that much better.
Can you imagine what if they would have the phones, internet
that'd be,
back in the day?
Well, just think of it about the
News companies.
No, the British had this encryption machine called Enigma. And they used to send encrypted messages throughout their different operations in different parts of the world. And the British intelligence at the time, there was a movie about this. They were trying to break the code. Because when you encrypt a message, only the sender and the receiver knows the key to unlock the message. Somebody that comes from outside that intercepts your message, they just read a bunch of letters and numbers. They know nothing about it because they don't have the key. And so Alan Turing was this famous guy that found a way to decrypt the message that the Germans was sending. And they were able to see all their operations and their attacks throughout the world. So they had something back then, not as sophisticated.
Not as much as now.
No, but now you can create false flag operations by, for example, take a video showing that all these kids are dying or dead, and then they're all actors to create a narrative.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So nowadays it can be even more deceptive
Oh, for
because
sure.
you got many people that believe to bullshit.
Plus the tools.
But
they
you
have.
don't know. You're just looking at a video and you might suppose that you think
Plus
it's real.
the tools they have now, all the social media, all the news companies.
Oh, you can. Oh, absolutely. The media.
Like, guess how huge impact they have.
If you have the media that just tells you false news, what the government wants to say, people will believe everything.
Of course they will.
I mean, you will always have those that are like so attached to the ideology
everywhere, yeah.
of the party, believing like, oh, everything they say is true.
And that's how the world works.
President Biden is doing a great job. Not really, but like, oh, Trump is bad because Trump is bad. That's they will tell you all of that. So they will try to do bad things all over the place and try to demonize one party. Or not saying that I have a significant
It works
attachment.
both ways.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah,
it's
not like
they have the people they support and they just push them, and it's just.
But that's the problem when they create a narrative, the government, to push a message through the media, in order to change the minds of the population or to scare them. You want to control a population, man? Make them afraid of something.
Totally.
Make them emotional, because then when you're emotional at your highest, they can make stupid decisions against the interest of the population. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
Because what are we gonna do? We're scared. Tell us.
Stay home.
Yes, tell us the solution. What do we do?
Everybody stay home.
That's where true leaders come by. But there's no really true leaders in that situation. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, what are we gonna do? Like, they don't even know what to do, and they will say, "Oh, close all schools. Everybody lock down. Everybody."
No flights.
No masks. At first, no masks because we need them for our medical personnel, because we don't have enough if we tell everybody they need to wear a mask. Then everybody mask. The masks works.
Yeah, then the mask companies make
and then the worst
billions.
You know what is the worst thing? It's like when people try to be critical about government decisions. This happens throughout history. If, for example, somebody says like, but wait a second, this is not really a good decision. Can we just all calm down and just think about can we do this better? And somebody will say, oh, you're a science denier. Oh, you're bad. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Like, they demonize that person that tries to say something that is common sense. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Or like invasion of Ukraine. If you say, wait a second, but did anything happen before Russia? Yeah, Russia invaded Ukraine, and that's bad. That's really, really bad. But why did Russia invade Ukraine? Oh, maybe NATO was trying to push to have new countries closer to Russia and put Russia in a corner a little bit, when Russia said, we don't want Ukraine to be part of NATO. And they did it. They were trying to push for that anyways. And then they reacted, and they say, oh, wait a minute, but this happened. Oh, you were Putin, you're a Putin puppet. That's what they say. They would do personal attacks to people that have common sense, that say, wait, I don't have any skin in the game, but I'm here in the middle. I'm willing to look at your side. I'm willing to look at your side.
Yeah, exactly.
How can we do this better?
Yeah. Don't judge people.
How can we
based on the
But that's the problem of having of being fixated with a certain ideology, or being trapped mentally. Yeah. Being like you're a hostage of your idea, of your own ideas.
That's what happens now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, either this side or this.
It's like a religion.
Religion, correct.
So if you don't believe in anything, you will believe in everything. Yeah. And if you have somebody that tells you what to think, how to think, you're fucked, man. You just like, no, you should have
your own mind.
Your own mind.
Choose your own. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the end, they just.
Yeah.
Wow. This was a spicy episode, I think. Episode 14.
Good. It's good. Maybe a couple of spicy shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
Well,
Look at the time.
what's the time?
1 hour 41.
That's pretty good. Yes.
Thank you guys.
Well, thank you guys. See you next time.
Well, have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs.